This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show, we're back, baby. Sebastian Maniscalco, what is his tight schedule? This guy's got a lot going on right now. But listen, bro, glad you found some time this week. I'm not, seriously, I know you got a lot going on, and I know we got to keep this tight, but good to be hanging.
Yeah, man, this is my salvation. I can't wait to do the cast so I could throw up everything that happened.
Me too, man. It's so funny you say that, bro. Because I'm looking at my text today, right? It's like 5 after 3. And my text from the beginning of the week, you asked if I could do it at 3 my time. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh man, maybe he meant 3 his time. And it wasn't even about wanting to entertain. I need this, dude. I fucking need this, man. I'm watering my garden, like, even the plants are looking at me going, guy, we're soaked. Go fucking do something else. Even my plants, they're like, we're done, guy. What is this, Florida? Shit. We got, I got a lot of little tidbits I got to talk to you about, but let's get right into it. You want to get into that photograph, the first?
Yeah. So I sent you a photograph, and I can't post this online because you can't share it with the world yet. But I did the movie, played Giorgio Moroder, and I get there, and I didn't know what they were gonna have for me, but they had a wig.
Okay, this was the Russian, right? A Russian,
German,
and an art dealer or something. I forgot. So many movies.
No, he's a music producer. He basically discovered Donna Summer.
All right, and you had to work with a dialect coach to get the accent down.
Yeah.
And they weren't seeing it until you got there.
Yeah.
Or hearing it, I should say. All right, well, all right. You looked fantastic, bro. That was awesome, man.
Okay.
It looked like something out of, like a movie, you'd see where a guy, undercover cop in the 70s. It was just great.
Yeah, it was a 70s piece. That I have like kind of an afro type of wig on, big bushy mustache, sideburns, the whole thing. Okay.
Now, if I have to edit this out, but can I just say to the makeup artist, just a couple of grays coming through the stash. Like there was whoever did the stash is a Picasso of facial hair, man. It was fantastic. All right, it's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the movie.
Real hair, by the way. I asked, is the wig real hair? Yes, it's real hair. People donate their hair. I didn't know that.
Wow.
The real hair on the mustache too. They got a person sewing the hair into the this little mesh thing, right. And it's time consuming.
Oh, now you right away. Now you're telling me if I was bigger, like ZZ Top guys, right? I let this grow out. I shave it, and then I send it in a kit. You can wear Correale's beard. Like, what's that word? I mean, can you imagine if ZZ Top said they're shaving it, 10 grand? You come out, and it's the real beard. He shaved it. I got it. And then he regrows it, and he sells it again. It's like wool from a sheep, man. It just keeps giving. Holy shit. Unbelievable. Who knew it was real hair? I had no idea. God,
real hair, but I'm with you. I would have thought 10 grand for the hair. They got the hair coming from like third world countries that people they need money, so they sell their hair, and they ain't getting a lot for the hair. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're paying $1,000 a head.
Listen, if I'm buying hair from like India, once the guy starts negotiating, I'll be like, guy, don't forget, I could just fucking shave mine right now. And this deal's over. All right, I'm being polite here, doing business with you, buying hair over there. It's like nothing else to sell in some of these countries but hair. Unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Oh,
it's really amazing what you could sell. So let me get into this.
Yeah.
The crew is great. The staff was great. The cast was great. But there's a difference of doing a Martin Scorsese $200 million Irishman than a kind of independent smaller budgeted film. Okay?
Yeah.
like the amount of people that were on The Irishman, it was unbelievable. I could compare it to like staying at a Four Seasons type hotel and then staying at a Radisson. Right. You just don't have this. You don't have the type of attention to detail that you might have on a larger budgeted movie because they got more people.
And it's a great comparison because the Radisson is still a quality hotel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like
it's just they might not have room service 24 hours at the Radisson. Maybe they got it. They stopped serving food at 9.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Nobody's doing a little cute fold with the toilet paper either when you check in, right? It's they even put an extra one of those places where they put the extra roll next to it, so it's like you run out, you know how to change it. You change it at home, change it here. You know.
Well, put it this way: at a high-end hotel, the toilet paper, it's got its own sack that it lives in with like a little drawstring.
Yeah.
In a Radisson, they just put the extra one on top of the toilet paper that's already.
which is a little more convenient, but still, right? You know, you're like, I like the little toilet paper bag. Absolutely.
Oh,
so all right, so you're doing a movie where the toilet paper's on top of the rack.
So, we're shooting this thing at a warehouse in New Jersey. So basically, they built the sets in a warehouse. So we went from one set where it might be a recording studio to another recording studio. This is, yeah. So this is gonna, yeah. So the air conditioning is, they're piping it in like on a generator in one of those like big white tubes, right? And when they shoot, they got to cut the air because they can't have the air blowing while we're shooting the scene, right?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Oh, man. All right. I'm with you.
Now, I'm in polyester wool, like 70s heavy jacket pants, and I'm rehearsing, and I could feel the sweat running down my spine. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So now I'm doing this. I'm sorry, bro. It's it's like New Kid in School. They've been together the whole movie. This is the last 2 days of the movie I come in. So whatever, like they've developed their like idiosyncrasies within the group. So when they say cut, they're picking up on a conversation maybe they had 3 weeks ago. So,
it's like the new kid comes in halfway through the school year. Like, you ain't going to feel comfortable till you sit out for a summer, come back fresh. I mean, you missed you missed Christmas, guy. We did gifts and shit. You just pay attention to the teacher and pick it up next year. That's you, right? Just listen to the director, do your lines. You're never going to be a part of this, right? We're already packing our duffel bags, guy. Right? Oh man! Now, are you nervous about the accent? Like, I mean,
bro, let me tell you this right now.
Yeah.
With comedy, you know how you're doing as you're doing it. You just know. Okay, that sucked. That was funny. As you're going, you're just getting affirmation or denial throughout the whole set.
But you say that every movie, and you keep getting more movies. It's a little tricky to read sometimes on a set, man.
Bro, yeah. Especially when you're unveiling a German accent.
Well, I mean, don't you even pull him aside and go, guy, let me talk to you a little with this fucking thing before you say action, and I embarrass myself. I mean, maybe because you worked with a dialect coach, he might not even know what a real German accent is. Yours might be so dead on that even he don't know, right? I mean, you worked with a dialect guy. Was your dialect guy there with you?
No. She was not on set, but she is the dialect person in Hollywood. right? So she's dialed in, and she's telling me that I got it dialed in. I've just done it with her on Zoom. I haven't even done it to Lana.
Right.
Because I knew if I did it to Lana, she was gonna go, the fuck? Yeah, I think I gave her.
And that'll just deflate you. Even though Lana wouldn't know as much as I would know, right? I mean, we've never been around a German guy from 1970 living in America. I don't even know what that is. So, obviously, I got to ask on the listeners' behalf. We can't hear any of it now, right? I mean, maybe.
No. I would never. Because now if I did it now and you'd go, guy, you got to go and reshoot that. Yeah. So I gave a little piece to Lana. This was about 2 months ago, and I go, "What do you think?" She goes, "Sounds like you." Like she's like, "I can't get your voice out of that. Like your voice is in that." I'm like, "All right, I'm not going to do this for anybody because I know I'm going to get ripped to shreds."
Yeah.
I get there, new guy on set. Right, I come in looking like I'm looking, right, with the beard and with sunglasses. Bro, what's the beauty of this thing is I'm really unrecognizable. Like, if you see me in this movie, you might not even know it's me until the end.
I wasn't sure at first when you sent that photo until I did a hard. I'll go, oh, that's him. Wow, But otherwise, I would have thought it was, just a funny character from something.
Okay. So. Okay, action. I do the accent, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is the difference between stand-up and acting. At the end of the scene, I'm looking for an applause.
Oh, sure, right? You're like, anyone mind if I bring my dad up? Right? You're looking to bring your manager Judy up for a thanks for helping me get here and all.
It's not that I'm looking for a clap that I'm saying that this is fantastic. I'm looking for even the actor to go, hey, that's really good, man. Like I'm looking for that.
Right.
Because I'm looking for affirmation that this is going well. Right. I ain't getting nothing. Don't
these directors know we feed off of that? Even if you gotta fake it and say it was good and it wasn't, that means the next one will be good. Because you know what I'm saying? But when you do the cat looking out the window thing, it's just like, I don't know what to do with that. They're just kind of like, yeah, okay, right here. I could work more with you booing me than what you're doing now. It's right.
I know, you're right. If I heard boo, I'm like, I gotta pick it up.
All right, I can work with that. That motivates me to do something. I don't even know. Are you thinking about a past relative that died? I don't even know if you're thinking about what I just did. It's so weird, right? Okay, then. Let's go again. Why do we go again? Because what was the problem? And by the way, bro, don't you need to warm up with an accent like a piano player or something? Were you on a side going like, take Leeton, Glouten, Gloatin' or whatever? I mean, or you just...
Well, you're rehearsing and you're doing the blocking, right? So you're not jumping into it. Yeah, you're saying the words, but you're not filming yet. They're like, okay, there's your mark. This is in when you come over here. But this is like the first time I'm donning this thing.
Right.
I would expect someone to come up and go, you took dialect coaching for this shit?
That's what I'm saying.
Or it's unbelievable. You sound German. So I'm like, I'm going through the process here, not knowing if I'm hitting on all cylinders. So I do the whole first day. Do 3 scenes, 3 different scenes, 3 different outfit changes. Now here's the difference. I go back for lunch, right? This is what I don't understand. When they go, all right, cut, moving on. This is what I hear in my head. Like, I hear, hey, this guy ain't gonna get it. Moving on. That's what I.
Like, may as well be going good enough, right? Like that. I'm dying. First of all, I'm dying to just be in a movie like that in my life, right? But I mean, if I was, I'm just dying for like the director to do the slow jog out of the chair up to me, like, moving on, gotta say, with the hand out. Who did you work with? Did you work with Kathy? Yes, I did. We can't afford to use Kathy. I'm so glad she worked with you. It's unbelievable, It's like unveiling a song, and
it was a feint from like you couldn't even see the door. Moving on. Oh,
he already started walking to the next set halfway through the scene. Right? Oh, I know how these stories end, bro. You're gonna go at the end. They said it was the best German accent they ever heard.
Yeah. So, and listen.
Yeah.
On the Scorsese film, every like 2 scenes, because you do the scene like 10 times, right?
Yeah.
Every 2 scenes, they're coming in, dabbing you, right? With the thing, you're glowing, they're fixing the hair, on the Scorsese film, right?
Yeah.
This film, I'm drenched, sweating, right?
Yeah.
I got a wig outside for the mustache, right? So I'm like, I'm doing the scene, and I go, my mustache falling off.
Oh, that's the problem when you buy your beards from India, guy. You know what I'm saying? If you got that thing from a guy out in Texas, forget it. Could do 20 scenes in a row. Oh, that's hilarious. That was my thing melting, falling off. But is your character, by the way, sweating in the scene by chance too, so it didn't matter, or like?
Well, I'm not like, it's like I'm damp. I'm not like dripping, but like I'm uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm feeling the mustache, and I cut, and I'm like, nobody on the other end is going, is his mustache falling off?
Well, maybe it wasn't, bro. Or did you just feel like it was?
It was loose.
It was loose.
Right?
So, one more scene and it would have been flapping?
It might have been on the floor.
Do you think maybe the assistant director goes, his mustache is flapping? He can't do a German accent. You think the mustache is the problem? Just wrap it. Let's go.
Moving on.
But don't worry about it. This is why I scheduled him the last 2 days. We can cut this. We don't really need it. It was like a take a chance thing. You ever do that in one of your movies yet? Start reading the script to see how they could like take you out and the story just still flows along. I mean, I've never been in that position, but I'm wondering if you're like, wait, I'm an easy cut right here.
Well, I'm worried because I go back to the trailer, and the first day, the way they clipped my wig on, my God, this thing was like glued onto my head, and it hurt. So the second day, I said, let's relax with however you put that on. So they basically did it with safety pins the next day, right?
Yeah.
I come back for lunch. I look in the mirror. The wig is up here, so you could see my hair, and then the wig starts. And I'm like, did this happen on the way to lunch? Or was I acting with half of my hair hanging out? Like, and again, no one's looking at the monitor going, is his wig falling?
I know. So, wow. I'm sure you got to think that they're like, oh, no, we noticed it afterwards. It was fine. But during the shoot, you were good to go.
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I just look like hell at the end of this. At the end of the day, I looked terrible. Like, in a movie set, you're supposed to be made up, this and that. I look just.
Hey, bro. By the way, this is my impression of them doing makeup on any movie I've ever been in between takes. You ready? This is makeup. You got to have this for the cast, like if you don't have visual, but. You understand what I'm saying? My own makeup in my pocket with a mirror to my face. All right? So I got.
Oh my god! So there, I'm so in my head when I'm doing this acting stuff, right? So there's a point where I do my lines and I walk out of the scene, and I get a little loud, right?
The character's
angry, yeah.
Nice.
So I walk out of the scene, and as I'm walking out of the scene, I look at the people that are working on set. One guy's text messaging, another person's talking, and I'm going, my God. You don't want to take a look at just what's going on in there, again, not looking for. I'm just looking for an audience.
No, I know. It's like when I was first writing on Kevin Can Wait sitcom and we came out to film, I'm so excited and the cameras are there and I look up at the camera guy and the boom thing. He's the boom mic guy, right? And in between takes, he's got an iPad and he's playing a video game. Like he may as well be selling cigarettes at a Shell gas station, waiting for the next car to pull up. You know what I'm saying? And you would think they'd be like, you got Kevin James right below. Aren't you fast? And they're like, I was, guy, day one. But now you're here, though. I mean,
same thing, man. Same thing. It's like, so then he comes in, the director, and goes, takes me down the side, and he goes, I want you to explode. Take them all. Surprise them all. Now, it's one thing to be rehearsing with the accent, but I'd never rehearsed with the accent at a high level of sound. Right. So I don't know how the hell this is going to come out. Is it going to come out like me? Or
Oh, that's great. It's like an engine. I've never driven it this fast before, but I'll give it a go.
And there was another scene prior to that where he gave me a line. He goes, you know what? Tell him stop that. And I go, oh shit, stop that. I don't know how to say that in German. Like there's no improv here because I know what I know. Because that's what I studied.
No, but you're saying it with a German accent. He doesn't expect you to understand how to say it in German, right?
No, with a German accent. But I didn't say stop that in the rehearsal process. So now I got to go stop that. How does that sound? You know what I'm saying? Listen. I'm not so immersed in the character. All right, Dad, I gotta snap out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's basically they yell cut, and I go right back into being me. And I was me in the scene with a German accent. You know, it's like I don't get into the guy.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, let me just be.
Just for the moment.
Me with an accent.
That's it. I listen, man. I hear you. Jim Carrey walking around as Andy Kaufman. You're like, oh, I can't take this accent out for breakfast, guy. All right, I can do these lines, and that's it. If you want me to add anything else, I gotta call my coach. We gotta do like a 40-minute thing, and then I'll come back. You think of Meryl Streep? Do you see Meryl Streep anywhere near this warehouse, guy?
Oh God!
Oh man, I'm sure you did great. So did you belt it out?
I belted it out. I came back out, still looking. People playing solitaire, playing this, playing that. You know, like that. Not even like, hey, good job, and nothing. And I got to get over that just because, this isn't comedy. This isn't, ain't Broadway or a sitcom.
But I got to say, right? I mean, because you're not saying it, but let's say you're like a Kevin Hart level. If I'm one of these guys, and let's say Kevin Hart's doing the same, well, actually, movie-wise, he's doing bigger movies. But I'm saying at the time when he was doing parts like that, maybe when they're watching you, but as soon as you come over, they're gonna be like, you know what? I've been told don't say anything, and you don't want to get in his head. I'm just gonna go on my text here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think
with
so.
Christian Bale, I think I could go up to him and go, "Guy, you crushed that scene. That was awesome." He may go, "What the fuck? I had so many things I felt I had to do over. Now I can't even remember him. Who is this guy?" You know, so they don't know what's going on in your head. Plus, you're sweating, maybe even stunk. Who knows? you beat yourself up, bro. I'm sure you did awesome. I can't wait to see it.
No. I'm not even done with the damn story.
All right.
I came back into the scene, and the guy I'm acting with, not the main guy, another guy, he goes, "What kind of accent is that?" Eh? And in my head, I would go, "You can't tell? Like what do you think it is? Because like if you think it's Greek, I'm in trouble." You know what I'm saying?
No,
I said it's German. He goes, "Oh, okay," and he said it like when someone asks you what accent you're doing, isn't that saying, I can't figure that out because it's so, I mean, how would you take that?
Well, because this is what's going through my head right now. Do you think he read the script and saw a German guy with an accent, and or he only read his parts and doesn't know maybe where your character is from? Like, maybe if he read the whole script, then I feel like he would know. But if he didn't read your part, maybe he's like, you know, is that Czechoslovakian? Is that, you know? But you took it totally as, what is that supposed to be?
Yeah, what is that? Like, I took it as that could be Mississippi or that could be Russian.
Right.
Like if you're gonna ask somebody, you gotta like go, "Is that a German accent?" You know, like you gotta like tag it with what you think it is. Right?
Not only that, but I also sugar it with a compliment. Is that a German accent? I mean, I'm loving the accent. Just can't like make it show. Yeah, you know.
This is a blanket. What kind of accent is that? And I'm like, hold on, let me call my teacher. Apparently this ain't working.
Whoa, you could do the second half of that sentence so many ways. Like, what kind of accent is that? Because you're ruining the film. I mean,
yeah, you could tag that with so many. What type of accent is that? Because if it's German, you're wrong. I mean, it's endless.
I had an uncle who was from Germany, and you sound like he did. So I was gonna say, is that, wow, that's really something. That's just like him. That's a run-on sentence, but could be that, bro. You know?
No, this is German, and it was like, oh, okay. And I was like, hey, Jesus Christ.
So you're more humble than me, man. I mean, I swear to God, I know me. If I was in that situation, I'd be like, it's a German accent, and I sell out Madison Square Garden. Okay, let's go back to the fucking scene. You know, I mean, really, you know, you want to throw balls back and forth? Let's go. Let's have some fun here. This is like my fourth gig. On my sketch. So I don't know if you're taking it that way, but I doubt it.
Anyway,
like that. No way.
I gotta see how this thing comes out. And I really gotta see if the accent. You gotta tell me when this thing comes out and you watch it. You gotta tell me straight up, hey, bro, that was. I don't know what you were doing there, or you gotta say, hey, you gotta give it to me straight because I have no idea.
Yeah,
none.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I'm just going to enjoy the character, and you know, and like I know me. Like I just watched Lincoln the other day, and I said to Jackie, apparently Daniel Day-Lewis had found there's a recording of Abraham Lincoln, one of the first recordings, like it's 8 seconds or something, and apparently he just studied that over and over, and this is exactly how Lincoln sounded. And Jackie went, "Oh." This is what the director and everyone should be glad about you, is people watching a movie going, they're not going to go, is that a German accent? They're going to go, is that fucking Sebastian? Holy, Janice, Get in here. I got to rewind this. You got to rewind this. It's, you know, and then the word gets out. Sebastian's in there doing a German accent. Viewers.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. We'll
Awesome.
see, man. But it was good. It was a good time.
The makeup looked great, man. It did. I mean, I swear to God, it looked as good as if you were in costume for The Irishman from the photo you sent. It looked totally awesome.
Listen, it was a good look. I FaceTime my sister, and this is another thing. When you're wearing a disguise and then you call people you know, and my sister goes, "Oh my God, I love, man, what, that nose looks real." And I go, "It's my nose." Like, she thought I had a prosthetic nose.
Oh, man.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
shit, I got a FaceTime from you, I saw. I wonder if that was if someone else, if you were doing
No,
that.
that was-
Oh, it wouldn't.
I did. Oh,
But I would have known it was you because you were calling from your phone, so forget that. Damn. Anyway, man, good luck with that.
God. Yeah, so that's that. What's going on your end? What do we got?
Man. By the way, as you're speaking of look and what's important, I don't know if you've noticed, but you see my headphones?
Oh, I just noticed. I was looking. It was so subtle. Just blends in with the shirt.
Dude, I'm a little worried about my ears getting irritated. We'll see how it plays out. But, dude, you know what I did? Genius. You know what these are? These are my Apple. This is the same headphones I always use. I laid them out in the backyard over a log, covered the ears with a little tape, and I spray painted the bitches black. I spray painted. I'm telling you, if Apple ain't going to get into the black game, I'll get into the black game on my own. Right now, Apple's going to see this and go, we got to start going with black cords. This dude just spray painted his. It's a game changer. You can't even see it. If you wear a black T-shirt, bro, it blends right in. It's unbelievable.
Oh, bro, I got to tell you. First of all, it's genius. Second, this is shit my grandfather used to do. I mean, this is like old school. Hey, you want black headphones? I'll spray paint them. You know, it's right out of the 70s.
Well, you are part of it, the motivation, because you said one time on the cast, guy, if it ain't fucking, sorry with the cursing, but if it isn't Apple, forget it, you know? So I'm like, Apple's not going black. I got to go black on my own. So,
oh, bro, no, this is beautiful. I think you're on to something here. I think you send this into Apple and they give you a commission on it.
I know. I'd say, listen, it's unbelievable. Now, how much time do we have? I don't have a watch in front of me because I got some.
15 minutes. Go ahead.
All right. And one thing, I don't know if I got enough time to get into that.
Come on, we got time.
All right. So about I'd say about 5 days ago, Jackie's like starting to her neck hurts, right? And she's not feeling well, right? This is not a bad thing at this point, but she's not feeling well. And then like 3 nights in a row, she's got the fever and she's got chills and her neck right back here. I can't rub it out for her enough. And she's like, what's going on? And then like she was really not feeling well. Now, she just happened to be having a doctor's appointment the next day for something different, right? And she's like, oh, I don't know what this is and stuff. And then we're hanging out and she goes, oh, by the way, we're upstairs and she's changing. She goes, I forgot to show you this. And she's like, I got bit, I had a tick on me. You were out of town. And me and Sadie went on a little hike. And like later I was taking a shower and I found the tick. And, you know, I just took it out. I go, was it deep in there? And she's like, no, it was just like, you know, right on the surface. But I was like, geez, I'm glad I found that. And then later on, we're on the couch and she's like, oh, man, we got the chills again. And I go, Jack, it's the tick. And she's like, no. And I go, I'm telling you. So I Google it, right? And I'm like, fever, aches, you know, sweats. And I'm like, dude, it's totally, you know, like, I don't know if you call it Lyme disease or if it's going to become Lyme disease. Then you look at her ass and now there's starting to be the ring, like matching the photo. Rarely do you do a Google check it out and it's dead on. And this is like dead on, right? So I'm a little worried, right? But she's going to go in the next day and talk it out. Fucking tick, right? Tick.
I didn't even know ticks cause this type of stuff.
Well, because they don't cling to Italians. It's like, again, this is, you know, and I was so worried, and I'll get into it, but there is a part of you with your family when, like, something else happens to them, you're like, what's going on? Everybody, what are you letting ticks get on you? Like I could have walked right through there and the tick just wouldn't have clung to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I know that's ignorant, but I feel like that.
No, I'm with you.
You know, I mean, if you don't have a family, you don't got to worry about anybody getting a tick. Right? As long as you don't get a tick, you know? So I'm saying. So anyway, I'm really worried. So we go to the doctor the next day, and I go, I'm going to go with you. And she's like, okay. So I get to the waiting room, and she's like, come in the back. They said you can come in the back. I said, all right, go in the back. She's in the gown now. It's me and her. And the doctor comes in. Sure enough, it's a tick. He's like, it looks like a da-da-da. And he pulls out his phone and he starts Googling about the tick. Now, what's your take on doctor leaving the room, Googling in the other room and coming back and pretending like he knew it and he was just getting coffee? Or what do you think about the honest Google right in front of you?
I had this happen to me about 10 years ago, where I went into the hospital. I had that geographic tongue. I didn't know what it was at the time. And the guy left the room and came back. He goes, hold on, wait a minute, I'll be right back. And I'm like, in my head, I go, what, you gonna go Google this? And he came back and he had the answer, right? So like, it's like cheating. It's like, to me, it's like, I looked at it as, oh, you didn't even go to school that day to identify what I got, right? Like you didn't pay attention. You got to go back to the Google to look at this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If I see a doctor on Google, I walk out of the room.
I don't disagree, because if you put it in terms of what if you're on an airplane and the cabin door flies open and you see the one pilot Googling how to land in wind, you know, you'd be like, are you, you know? So this, and by the way, what if your doctor's up in the middle of the woods and somebody gets hurt and he's got no reception? Is he going to be like, my powers are weak here? I mean...
There's a certain amount of knowledge you have to have in your body as a doctor, right? That you could just go, oh, yeah, here, I'm going to write you a prescription for Olasol. It's something that, you know, you take when you get, you know, like, I need to see him identify it and then start writing.
I want the nod before I'm done giving the symptoms, like, so a tick bit me and he's already going, like letting me finish, but he already has the answer, you know? I'm like, oh, this is what I'm liking, baby, right? I'm with you, bro. He's holding up his phone to get 5 bars. Meanwhile, when he does get to it, the last search name was mine from 9 p.m. the night before. So here we are with this guy, right? So,
yeah, if you're the patient and you could go to your doctor, yeah, I read that. You got to get out of there.
Like Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting, when he finishes the sentence and go da-da-da, at page 42, you're going to quote the whole thing? I mean, yeah, totally. You got to get out of there. Where am I going to go, bro? But so that's where we're at, right? And he tells us what it is and stuff. And he tells Jackie it's no big deal at all. You just take this medicine, antibiotics, and really you'll start feeling better pretty quickly. So I got 2 things to say. First of all, because you and I think alike, you know, when we went back to the house that day, I said to Jackie, because she was still not feeling good, she didn't even get the medication picked up yet. And I go, do you think it really was no big deal, and once you take this, you're going to immediately start feeling better? Or do you think he canceled the rest of his appointments, went back to his office, and he's flipping through all about ticks, calling his wife, going, I think she's going to die right now. I got her going to Rite Aid. She thinks she's going to be... And she's like, no, I think, you know, I'm going to be fine. So, but here's the part that was weird. After all that, it was he's like, don't worry, you're going to be fine, and it's not a big deal. She was also in there for back pain and some other stuff like that. So he's like, now let me examine you and have you do some exercises and stuff to deal with that. and he's in a real small exam room, and I'm in a chair. And I was only there out of concern for the tick and stuff like that. So when they started talking, I go, I'm going to go. And they're like, no, you're fine. So then when they started to do the exam, at one point, he's got to stand in front of Jackie. And I'm sitting in a chair about 2-3 feet away from his backside, to put it politely, you know? Now, Jackie's wearing a gown, and she is wearing, I don't want to get crass, underwear. But, you know, she's like lifting legs and stuff. Hey, all I'm saying is you can't tell me he's not looking there. I've seen it 25 years in a row, and I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, have you ever been in a room when your wife is getting examined? It's almost like watching another man make love to your wife. I swear to God, I left. I go, you know what? I'm going to wait outside. And he's like, okay.
Man, no, I have not been in that situation where I've had to sit there and watch another man fondle my wife for an exam. So I can't speak to the experience of all that.
I mean, I think even he felt like, yeah, you beat it, guy. Go on the way.
Yeah, I think he's got to be looking at you. I'm surprised he didn't turn back to you and go, you want to step out of here? Like, this ain't. You know, I don't work in front of an audience, guy. You want to go in the waiting room.
It was like, I probably felt like I was Ray Liotta Goodfellas and someone's examining Karen. I'm like, you really need to touch the knee? You can't just have it bended and you look at it? Why do you got to hold the joint? Why do you got to hold that? So, yeah, but anyone out there, man, watch out for them ticks.
Well, listen, I want to rewind to do you think the doctor, once you guys left, you think he hopped on the phone, and what's your take on this, to another doctor and go, hey, you ever have somebody with a tick? Yeah. Well, you know, what do you do you think doctors talk that way? And if one doctor calls another about a tick, do you think the doctor that got called hangs up and go, this guy don't know what he's doing over there?
There's a lot of meat on that bone, bro. I know, right? Because, by the way, what if I figured out that if you combine 2 antibiotics at once, it makes the tick make you feel better instantly? You call me up asking about ticks. Do I just tell you that's like a recipe? Or do I go, no, I don't know, man. I don't know. So why don't you send your patient my way? I'll take a stab at it. You know, or do I go, all right, don't share this with Dr. Z. But you know, I don't know. Probably.
That's what I'm talking
like comedy,
about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're not going to give out the secret sauce, you know?
I know me. I get off the phone. We would get up and go right away to our wives. I'd be like, Jack, you're not this fucking quack. You know what he just called me about? You know what he just called me about? He's telling me what, right? He wants to put butter on a burn. Shit.
Oh, my God, man. So she's fine now after the antibiotic?
Yeah, it took like a day and a half to kick in. She's totally fine now. And the doctor said, he's like, you know, you can try to avoid him. He goes, but, you know, you can't. It's not much you can do. You're either going to get one or you don't. He goes, I get a lot of guys coming in. He goes, they're not sick, but linemen, the guy that worked for the highway, on the sides of the highways, he goes, they get ticks all the time, man. All the time.
Really?
Yeah. So I said to him, so like, what did the Indians do? Like when they got a tick, did it just ride it out, sweat it out, and live or die? And he goes, well, I don't think they got ticks. I don't think they had ticks back then. Right? That was his answer. Yeah. Why don't you Google that too, actually?
Yeah, no, you got to leave. You got to leave the stock there, bro.
So
this guy's out. Does this guy have any degrees on the wall or anything like that?
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good. He really is good. I got one last question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
And then I know we got to keep it tight, but long story short, I put together this basketball hoop for Sadie, this like outdoor 10-foot thing. Took me like a day and a half, right? Proud of putting this thing together. But the last thing is this plastic trim that goes around the backboard. And I don't know how the guy screwed it on. I'm watching the video and it just doesn't make sense. Looks like he goes into the board. So the other day, I'm walking the dog and I look down at the end of his long driveway and my same exact hoop as mine is at the end of the driveway. And it's got the trim on it. So I look around and nobody's there. So I go, I got to see how this guy got this thing up there. So I got the dog and I'm walking up. As I start looking up at the thing, I look over and I see a little kid about 13 years old in the backyard just like swinging a wiffle ball bat or something. And he looks over at me. And I go, oh, hey, Chief. I call him little man. I go, hey, little man, is your mom and dad around? And he goes, no, they're at work. And I go, oh, all right. Well, I just want to see how this is attached. I got one. I live in the neighborhood, and I want to see how it's attached. Just tell your dad I was just checking it out, all right? I'll see you. And, and he looked like, but I was very friendly about it. My question, and I told Jackie, and she's like, what the heck did you do? And do you think that kid told his dad or mom, like, nervously, or just like some dude? Because he never saw me before. I never saw him. Do you think that's weird?
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't think this kid was given the proper tools when it comes to stranger danger. Because the question, is your mom and dad home, should be, yeah, my dad's in the shower, right?
Right.
It would give the predator, oh, someone's home and I'm not going to abduct this kid. When you go, no one's home, and there's, this is, again, Italian. Growing up Italian, you are given the tools to what to say in situations like this. And it's funny. It's
fascinating. I mean, who's kidnapping, though, with a cavapoo on a leash?
Hey, when his parents come home, he's going to go, Dad, there's a guy asking if you were home. And if I'm the father, I don't hear anything after that. What the fuck did he say?
That's what I'm... Yeah, but... And
then they're going to go look at... Then they're going to go look at the Ring camera, right, that they probably got on the driveway.
Oh, shit,
and they're going to see you and go, oh, this is the fucking guy. And I'm surprised the cops ain't at your door right now.
I would rather have the cops than what you got me afraid of now, dude. I'm afraid he's going to just see me in the neighborhood and go, hey, Pete, appreciate you wouldn't walk up my driveway and ask my kid if I'm home next time, all right? You want me, you knock on my door. Oh, my, that would be so embarrassing, man. Oh, goddamn cameras. It was so innocent, though. I know. I thought he would be out the back. I was like, hey, how you doing? I see this. I don't know how to do this. Do you mind me asking? Oh, hey, I'll show you. No, now it's...
No, man. Now it's... they're gonna have pictures of you on the fucking telephone poles. Have you seen this man? Because it happened to me yesterday. Man. We were at like this little little grassy area right outside an outdoor restaurant, and there was two girls talking to myself, my wife, and our two kids. They were like friendly girls. They were like 8 and 6 years old, and we were just hanging out. And Lana's like, "Oh, what's your names?" And they said, "Oh yeah, like how old are you?" Oh, 8 and 6. Are you here with your daddy? And I tap my wife. I go, "Babe, you sound like a fucking creep." Like, like.
I'm laughing at the way you like doing a whisper to her. You sound like a fucking creep. She sounds like, so pleasant. She sounds friendly.
I don't know how that gets translated to the parents, because the parents are sitting in the restaurant and they're gonna go, and she goes, "What school do you guys go to?" And I go, "Babe, I mean, you might as well fucking just take them in the car right now."
I mean, so you just wait for Lana to answer. They answer, and she goes, "Perfect. Start the van." Right?
That's what it sounded like. So they're like, "Oh, we go to St. Paul," and like Lana's like, "Oh, do you know Sophie and Lauren?" "Yes, we know them." She goes, "Wait a minute. What's your last name?" I go, "Oh, fuck, last name?" And she says the last name. She goes, "I was at your house." My wife goes, "I was at your house." I go, "Babe, what are you saying? What are you saying?" Oh, before this, she goes, "How much you guys weigh?" And she goes, "Hold on, I don't know. Let me go ask my dad." I go, "Oh, my God. Can you imagine? You're sitting there in a restaurant and Sadie comes and goes, 'There's a woman asking how much I weigh.'" You'd call the police.
I mean, was there a reason that the girl could tell her dad if he asked? Why Why are they asking you that?
No, because we were talking, like, they asked how much Serafina and Caruso weighed, and then we go, oh, how much do you weigh? But they ain't going to say Caruso, and they're going to just say, how much do I weigh? A woman wants to know.
Right.
And then we're going to be arrested.
You're probably looking at the kid like, no, just whatever you think it is. Whatever you don't ask your parents. You don't have to ask your parents. Oh, that's hilarious. Different times, man. Different times, bro.
Oh, you got it, man. You got that right. Well, listen, I'm sorry I got to cut this thing short. I got to hop on another call. But thanks, everybody, again, listening to the Pete and Sebastian show out there. We will be back next week with the full hour. I know we're cheating you 8 minutes here, but apologize for that. Thank you. Thank you. Get yourself a pair of black headphones from PeteCorreale.com.
Great hanging, bro.
All right. Take care.